It's the 2K Sports.
You to the NBA on 2K Sports. Thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith in Chicago. Tonight, we'll see the Golden State Warriors as they play against the San Antonio Spurs at AT&T Center. Well, for San Antonio, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. You know, we've heard so long that Greg Popovich is one of the best coaches in the NBA, if not the best. What sets him apart, Kenny?
Well, he's patient. You know, that's the difference. Well, he keeps these games and seasons in perspective. He looks at the big picture, not the small picture. And he's adaptable. Adaptability is one of the hardest things for a coach to do because sometimes they get set in their ways and say, this is the way we're going to play. But then all of a sudden you make 3 or 4 trades and you say, well, should we still play that way? He says, yes, we will be adaptable and change our styles.
We've all heard this phrase before, defense wins championships. Popovich, all about defense. He's very sound with his overall defensive approach, and he can really build schemes. His strategies are effective, and they slow down the other team's star.
For my money, not just one of the best NBA coaches of all time, he's one of the best coaches of all time in any professional sport.
That's pretty.
I agree, Ernest.
He's had season
I'm
after
trying to
season
think of him.
at the highest level. That does it for us for now. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you later.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's presentation of Noche Latina in the NBA. An annual tradition celebrating diversity and culture, and always a pleasure to bring it to you. Kevin Harlan here, along with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Western Conference battles, always fun. This time it's the San Antonio. Antonio Spurs intent on protecting home court. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
Yeah, major problems at the charity stripe in that game. They just could not convert their free throws.
And that makes it hard to win, especially on the road. You get a chorus of about 20,000 yelling at you every time you put one off the rim. Boy, that's got to wear on you.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for the Golden State Warriors right now, Derrick Rose is out there with Bryant. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then there's Favors. And it's Hezonja in at the 5 down low.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
About a minute played so far here in the first. And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
He said a big part of their focus defensively will be on trying to contain Rudy Gay, adding he presents some challenges because he can shoot over the top, and also he's a tremendous finisher inside. We've got to force him to that left hand, but I'm hoping we won't have to double too much because they have plenty of other guys who can knock it down. Kevin, the challenges are full.
Thanks a lot, Doris. Here's Paul. Following the score by Derrick Rose, used the screen and took it all the way.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finished hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Now here's Rose. He's coming off a 16-point game against Dallas.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboard, Kev, and that also was a factor.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Paul goes in, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And obviously, Chris Paul is one of the most highly recognized players in the game. High school All-American, college All-American, NBA. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Highly all team selections, all defensive team selections. No MVP yet. Go for it.
Yeah, you know what? He's only worried about one thing, though, and that's hoisting that Larry O'Brien championship trophy at some point in his career.
Rose against Paul. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And with Rose again, he showed flashes last season of his level of play, Clark, before the injury.
Yeah, exactly. And you hate to see any player go down with injuries, especially can regain that high level of NBA play for an entire season. I think that's just a matter of time, Kevin.
And here's Kobe following Markieff Morris's 3. Here's Hezonja. And the Warriors miss again.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Neal's shot is off. Warriors trail by 5. Bryant drives in. Good.
That kind of power move has become a trademark of his.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Rose against Paul. He dishes it to Morris. Can't cash in from close range. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And the Warriors get it back. Rose passes to Hezonja. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Hezonja's got 5 points so far. Last outing for Golden State, they won that game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
I mean, no stress in that one. The game almost looked like a shoot-around for them. I mean, amazing at how well they shot the basketball.
And even more impressive, Greg, considering it was on the road. I mean, it's rare that you'd see a team get that hot away from home.
Al Paul following Rudy Gay's three-point attempt. That's good. The Warriors trail. The try by Bryant uses the glass to finish the layup. Kobe's got his second basket.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Paul against Rose. Gobert with a screen for Paul. All alone. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Paul's got 6 points.
Now that was pretty. A beautiful move to set up the jump shot.
Pass to Azania. Here's Favors. Tries it again. And it's good. 6 points for Kobe Bryant.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Now here's Paul. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Portland. Offensive rebound, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Here's Morris. No good. So Golden State will take it the other way.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period. That's far too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
3 of their last 5 makes come from beyond the arc. The defense has to react quicker.
Paul kicks to Gobert. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. Spurs making a switch here. Adams checked in. And Golden State also making a change. Nikola Pekovic is checked in. for Bryant. Well, Clark, you follow international basketball so much, and Mauro Hezonja isn't a new name to you.
No, it's not, but I'm actually looking forward to seeing him do things in the NBA. Only played sparingly up until now, but the talent and skills he possesses, they get your attention.
Well, Hezonja has been playing as a pro since his 14th birthday.
Yeah, it happens that way in Europe.
the basket by Harris. Rose with the ball. Averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Shoots from the elbow. Some solid D from Paul. San Antonio trailing here. Morris with a screen on Rose. Paul dishes to Adams. Almost, but it rolls out.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Here's Favors, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. We'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Some changes here for the Spurs. David Lee checked in for Morris. Anderson comes in for Harris. And it's Pondexter in for Gary Neal. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Golden State. Patrick Beverly comes in for Rose.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D.
Now here's Beverly. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
Here's Anderson. Paul outside. Passes it to Adams. To the inside. Anderson. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
Fellas, the rebounding has been very strong. Excellent so far. Putbacks are very valuable, and they're getting some.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Larkin, he's checked in for Paul. And the Warriors also making a change. Olynyk checked in, and the Spurs with possession. Following the score by Golden State. Larkin can't get it to go.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him.
Here we go, boys.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
Ultra impressive, guys. Caught them off guard, and they've taken the momentum in this game now.
Here's Larkin after Rudy Gay's bucket. Adams, the pass to Anderson. He feeds it to Larkin. Just 5 on the clock. Off the screen. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his
Ooh,
teammate.
tough defense.
I'm sure he appreciated it.
Forcing
So
the
it's
miss.
the Spurs now, following the shot by Rudy Gay. Lee, a screen on Beverly. Here's Larkin. The teardrop falls in. Larkin's got his first bucket in this one.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Beverly, good D by Lee.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
They set the pick. Larkin kicks to Lee. The putback. And
Oh, come on. They're getting easy
This is
pockets.
just great anticipation. The putback jam.
Oh, he had some big-time intentions right there.
And those plays, guys, will give the entire team a boost.
Now, here's Beverly. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Here's Larkin. Defended by Beverly.
Mid-range for Beverly.
Larkin
Spot on.
He's now
Back at
at
it. Dang it.
Now, here's Beverly.
And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Out to the right wing. Here's Barbosa. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
There we go.
That one's good. Beverly.
Beverly with 7 in the first quarter.
San Antonio calls timeout. As Greg was talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off.
And the jam by David Lee.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Prince
Come on,
misses.
Prince. You gotta put more points.
Spurs trail by 3. Here's Larkin. Again, the Spurs.
Oh, they keep hitting everything.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Golden State's gotten a lot of shots off from three-point land in the first quarter, but they're only 4 of 9. Dishes to Olynyk. A 3-ball. That drops.
Oh, surprised they hit it.
Olynyk's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that 3, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Here's Larkin. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. He kicks it to Lee. And lots of contact there. Missing the
Glad he
shot.
missed.
He'll shoot 2. Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6
too
years,
long.
$80 million,
Too far out.
People started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Anderson with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. They set the pick, and Adams kicks to Anderson. The feed now to Lee. Shoots off the screen. It's hauled in by Beverly. And it's Harris off the drive.
There you go, Joe.
The Warriors have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. He's off on the first.
Oh, he's not good at free throws, huh? Automatic make.
He hits the second from the line.
That'd be cool. Command to have automatic make.
From outside the
He's
arc.
gonna make
Nice
that.
shot by
Yeah,
Larkin.
that was dumb.
Larkin's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Both
It's a
teams
1-point
have it
lead.
Going here early and still close through the first quarter. Warriors lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. He talked to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, you know, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on
Ooh,
Noche
Joe Harris.
Vamonos.
He
What do you
shoot
guys
threes.
think about the Warriors here so far?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
So on the floor for Golden State to begin the second quarter. Harris is out there with Evans. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's
Man-to-man D.
And it's Hazonia in at the far
What are
side.
commands on this thing?
And the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 2
Wonder.
points on the bucket from Neal.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean,
Oh, he
defenders
blocked
are
the
just
dunk.
not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
That evens the
Oh,
score.
come on.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Derek Favors checked in for the Warriors. Rose kicks to Harris. It's good. This
There you
time
go,
the
Harris.
assist from Rose. Harris has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Rose kicks to Evans. The dish to Favors. It's stolen by Gobert. Now here is Harris. Tight defense on him. Feeds it to Gobert. Here's Neal. Warriors with the rebound. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. Pass to Rose. A 3-ball. And another 3
Back
for
at
Golden
you.
State. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Paul kicks to Morris. With the fadeaway. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Out to the right wing. Here's Azania. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Surely.
That's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
Good. And now a 3-point Warrior lead.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Ball against Rose. Now here's Paul. Defense right on him. He dishes it to Neal. Just 5 on the clock. San Antonio again missing. And it's Harris off the drive. Up and in for the
Back
basket.
to
Number 4.
Harris.
That makes him 4 for 5 now.
And he's caught fire this quarter yet
Yep.
to miss a shot.
Cutting him
Ball
loose.
against Rose. Gobert with a screen on Rose. That's a 2 from Paul. They can't stop the run with that one.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Kicks to Gobert. Harris outside. Beyond the arc. And yes, sir. Harris has got 5.
That was contested. Great defense, but their offense. So.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, when you go to look for holes in the game of Tobias Harris, there really aren't any. One of the hardest workers in our league. If he has any weakness at all, it's his average size speed combo, which most likely will keep him from becoming the perennial all-star type.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Rudy Gage checked in for Evans.
Open man.
Bryant comes in for Harris.
Kobe
and it's
Bryant.
Patrick Beverly in for Derrick Rose.
Open
Beverly
3.
against Paul. The pass to Morris. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Morris has got his second bucket of the night. On the topic of Tobias Harris, you love that he can contribute in every category of play. He's a solid face-up shooter. Clark, he's getting better
Just
with his
enough
back to the basket.
contest.
You can see
Which wouldn't work against Kobe.
I love what this young man has shown thus far. You mentioned
We'll have to
those
contest
things
super
he does.
hard.
He'll also rebound for you, get loose balls. He does the little things, understands what it takes to win. A consummate pro and team player.
Yep.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start varying some of those.
Gay can't get it to go.
I wanted to pass to
There was
Zanya,
just
but
enough defensive
didn't
pressure
listen.
to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
The drive by Paul scored the bucket. He's made 5
Early.
so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
There we go.
And Azania
Zanya
gets it to go.
with double
He was
digits
the first
now.
one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Paul against Beverly. Pass to Neal. Ring shot on the way. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Warriors leading by 5. Gay drives in, and the foul called on Markieff Morris. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath.
I did not want that to go there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Adams, he's checked in for Gobert. Lee comes in for Morris. And it's Pondexter in for Gary Neal.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
San Antonio making a switch here. Larkin's checked in. One thing about David Lee, he's a proven scorer and rebounder. Clark, health, though, has been a concern.
It has been very durable early in his career, Kevin, but of late we've seen hamstring issues, back issues, and torn hip flexors, and that's taken a toll on him for sure.
Here's Larkin, defended by Beverly from 13. No good off the back of the rim.
He worked himself into a really good position there, right near the basket. That's the look he wanted.
Wasted no time on that one. And it's an 8-point Warrior lead.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
There's the screen. Here's Pondexter, covered by Barbosa. Barbosa with the steal. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Barbosa's got his first bucket of the night. San Antonio's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight.
Double-digit lead.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for San Antonio. Larkin, and it's blocked. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Barbosa's shot is off. Spurs trail by 10. Passes it to Larkin. Lee, a screen on Barbosa. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
You know, right call. Gave the officials no choice there. I mean, they've got to make that call over the back.
Yeah, I mean, he went chest first into the man in front of him. My goodness, I'm not an official, and I could have gotten that one right.
And here's Beverly. He's got 7. Pekovic with a screen. And Beverly kicks to Pekovic. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Here's Larkin, defended by Beverly. Here's the floater. No good from Lee.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Yeah, and right when you thought that shot was leaving his hands, he reinvents it.
McCallum, he's checked in for Patrick Beverly.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in. Yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Just 5 to shoot. Pondexter, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long.
And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Inside, here's Gay. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Here's Anderson. They get it back.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Tries to save it, and it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession. Some changes for Golden State. Prince comes in for Olynyk, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for McCallum.
Derrick Rose.
Here's Larkin, covered by Barbosa. Three-pointer, Pondexter. Here's Lee, using his post moves to get the 2 points. Lee's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
He was all alone on that one. And it's
Rudy Gay.
Rudy Gay.
Another
It's really
bucket.
hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Derek Favors checked in for the Warriors. Rose kicks to Favors. And that one goes long.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
And stolen by Pekovic. Down low. And there's Gay. That's good on the assist by Barbosa. And that's 15 points for Rudy Gay.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Lee, a screen on Gay. This is to Pondexter. The three. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Stolen by Anderson.
You didn't steal it. He dropped the pass.
4-on-3 break. Here's Larkin. Rose with the block.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum. And what a beautiful way to polish off that sequence. Just strong at attacking the rim.
That just puts a little more momentum on their side, don't you think?
Absolutely.
The defense got to tighten up now. I mean, you can't have the opposing point guard throwing down on you like that.
And stolen by Pekovic. And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Larkin, the pass to Lee. Goes up the baseline. No good.
Try to take advantage of this timeout.
Timeout called by Golden State. Stolen by Anderson.
It doesn't matter anyways. I don't like how it does that. It throws way overboard.
They lead by 13. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, I have Derrick Rose, and Derrick, you guys were scoring pretty nicely as a unit here tonight. How do you facilitate that?
Just be more efficient. I'm taking less shots, making sure that I make my shots and take my time on the offensive end and get people involved in the game.
Thank you, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Rudy Gay has been getting it done. He ended up with 15 points and 1 assist. Hey, big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Some great work from them with the 3 ball. They came in with the idea that they can attack this D from long range. They were rotating the ball on the perimeter and letting it fly. And they got a good look. It's a strategy that paid off with a barrage of threes. That's my barrage sound, Ernie.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about the Spurs?
They need to look into areas where they can gain an advantage. Rebounding is largely a hustle stack. Right now, they're getting out-rebounded. They need to commit to changing that. Those extra opportunities afforded by better rebounding are key for them to win tonight.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
They got a great quarter out of Rudy Gay. He has 15 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
Let's go with Rose
Warriors
at the ball.
leading by 13.
Heading down the court.
Harris. Rudy Gobert is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Chris Paul, and it's Neal in at the two-guard spot. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half.
Boo.
San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Harris dishes to Paul. He feeds it to Gobert. Wants to get it to Morris and does. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Morris has got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Spurs. Outside Bryant. Favors with the screen. Gobert with the block. And they get it.
Yeah, well, Gobert with the second foul.
Leaders of the NBA, these point guards have been shooting lights out during the last month. You take a look at Rose, leading the league in field goal percentage. He always gets good looks. And, of course, Patrick Beverley.
As a point guard, you want to create the best possible shot every trip down the floor. And given the way these guys have shot the ball, you know, it's not a bad idea every now and then for them to go it alone.
Well, you know they're not going to do that, though. I mean, even as deadly as they are from the field, they're always looking to set up their teammates first.
Paul. And another basket for San Antonio. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pass to Hazanya. Fires for three. Rebounded by the Spurs. Neal's got his third rebound on the night. And Harris wide open. He shoots.
Wow.
Paul gets the assist.
How are they getting
Paul's
open?
got his 7th assist here tonight.
Getting open.
Kobe kicks
Okay,
to Rose.
I'll take that.
That's good. Rose has got 11 points.
Maybe with that, the lid on this basket will be lifted.
Double digit for Rose.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, and understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Here's Gay, and then Chan down as he goes right over Chris Paul.
I tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark with the lead they're enjoying. I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
The Warriors have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. Gobert with a screen on Rose. Paul kicks to Neal. Morris a screen. And he gets the shot to fall after coming off the pick. Neal's got 11 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
An open jump shot there, and their D not putting up any resistance today.
Antonio calls timeout, fresh from a win against Portland.
A lot of firepower coming off the bench in that game really allowed them to escape with victory.
I thought the bench was the X factor for him. You can't rely on that kind of scoring coming from the reserves every game, but when it shows up, it's a nice weapon.
Ball outside. And the rejection by Favors.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a
That's stupid. I don't like those inaccurate passes that go way off.
Sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough.
You basically have to take the shot.
Games.
I wish they would happen, because they do happen in real life. So I don't like it in the game.
Guys, thank you. I got a chance to hear what Greg Popovich was saying to his team.
That's just stupid.
He told Harris that he wants their offense to run through him. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Well, they need to make
Don't care about your
something
timeout.
before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Oh, and the jam by Rose.
And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
At the line for your Spurs.
Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
Rose passes to Favors.
Wow, just go right to your guy in the corner.
On its way
Oh, well.
from Neal for 2. It's good. Only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Gotta take what they can
Neal's
get.
got 13.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And last year, you could see Paul was hobbled in their loss to the Rockets in the second round. Still, most players wouldn't even have made it back out on the floor, much less been as effective as he was during the postseason.
Warriors leading by 12. And here's Rose outside. Gobert pulls it in.
Double teaming one player. That's sad.
Number 5 here tonight.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in?
He only missed one. Be quiet, bro.
And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Paul. He doesn't.
Oh my goodness. Stop walking in front of the ball. If it hits you, you're going to be on the ground.
Still dismantle a defense.
It's a basketball, not a softball or something soft.
San Antonio again missing.
Damn.
Warriors have gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Outside Bryant puts up a 3. It's good.
Yes.
This time the assist from Rose. And that's 17 points for Kobe Bryant.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The feed to Morris.
He's got that. That's easy. That's weird though that the passes hit you in the back and you're not gonna. That doesn't even really happen.
Warriors have gone a solid 6 of 11
I've never seen that.
here in the third quarter.
Like if you get hit in the back, you're gonna be at least.
Outside
So you're not gonna turn around and get the ball.
Rebound San Antonio. They'll be off to Charlotte for a game.
Like if I got hit in the just in experience, I mean you must be really tough. Get hit. I mean I've been hit a lot.
This is off the front iron. Favors dishes
The
to
basketball
Bryant.
is
Here's Rose. Oh. Wow,
hard,
and that sort of
especially the speed and power from the players.
waiting right now to a team trying
I think that would be a tech too.
Definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
A 3 from Gay, and another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Poked away. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was.
Oh, come on.
Steven Adams,
I don't like when they get away with it.
And Lee's subbed in for Morris. Paul against Beverly. There's the pick. Paul goes in. No basket. That's his fourth miss in 11 attempts from the floor.
It's a clear path foul.
Kobe with it. Chris Paul covering from downtown. And that one's good. Beverly. Beverly's got 10.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
Yep. Thank you.
Lee, a screen on Beverly. The drive by Paul. Adams.
That's going in.
And all around the rim that time.
Just camping. That's what I call it, camping.
Second bucket of the night.
Just sitting there the whole time. You should be moving around, not just sitting in the same spot.
Outside, Kobe.
There we go. Players need to be moving. So lazy.
Left side Favors. Takes it from 10. Good D by Lee.
Like 2-on-1. That's not good D. That's 2-on-1.
Right near the basket. That's the look you wanted.
You need to play 1-on-1. This 5-on-5, not 6-on-5 or whatever you want to call it.
Missed by Paul.
Tell you what, as well as he shot in the last quarter, Kevin, it's a total flip here in this one. He just can't get anything to go in the basket.
Nobody even close to him.
Yeah, Kobe should have made that. Because Kobe.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And it's Harris off the drive. Here's Neal. And foul.
Not making that.
He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
You look at what Neal has done so far. He's got 13 points and a pretty good rebounding performance from him also.
And Clark, he's been terrific in terms of his positioning and boxing out very well also. Just battling hard on every possession.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Pondexter comes in for Harris. And it's Anderson in for Chris Paul. And then for Golden State, Nikola Bekovic is checked in for Gay. And it's Barbosa in for Bryant.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
I think they're playing too soft on the perimeter. They can't stay so soft. They've got to get up into the shooters here.
San Antonio again missing. Warriors leading by 18. Here's Beverly. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
And this collapse we've seen by their interior defense, it's really the reason why they've struggled and are in such a hole.
Neal passes to Anderson. To the middle. Shots good by Neal. Neal's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Golden State's gone 4 of 6 from three-point land since the start of the second half. Leandro Barbosa on the wing. The 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
And they're getting their points
Torching
down
him.
almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Pondexter, no good. The Warriors shooting it very well tonight, around 57%. And it's blocked by Adams. Here's Neal. He's got 17. Anderson outside.
I don't really know much about that.
There's the triple. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And taking a look now at the stats for David Lee. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's averaging 11 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. And he gives them a nice rotation on the front court. He is a quality reserve.
Well, you know, he's not as developed skill-wise as some guys, but you can't teach size. So he's a valuable backup for this team in that regard.
Pondexter kicks to Anderson. 1:46 left here in the third quarter. And here we go with Barbosa heading to the hoop. Finished off the break. Barbosa's got 8 points here in this quarter. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Warriors.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
They've repeatedly gotten out on the break tonight as well and scored a lot of baskets in transition. So far, going for more of an inside game here in this second half, and I like that. A little smash mouth basketball, taking it inside.
And Favors kicks to Beverly. Here's Azania. He's got 12, and that one's good.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Anderson dishes to Adams. There's the bucket. Good. Adams has got 8 points.
Great unspoken communication between teammates leading to the nice assist and the easy score.
And Beverly kicks to Pekovic. Pekovic with a screen. Barbosa passes to Pekovic. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Neal's shot is off. Warriors shooting in the third quarter has been brilliant, up around 58%. And Azania gets it to go. 12 seconds left in the third. Here's Neal. Got a piece of it. Good if it goes. And it would have fallen, but it's
I had to shoot it just to see if it went in. Torching them by 26 points.
But over already. The Warriors on top as they end the third quarter with a tremendous 17-6 run. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. And San Antonio shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Setting the floor for the Warriors. We've got Olynyk. Harris is out there with Ray McCallum. Then there's Tayshaun Prince. And it's Evans in at the four-man position. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Here's Temple. Here's Morris. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Morris has got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Spurs. And McCallum kicks to Olynyk. Out to Harris.
Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring, but pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
Harris is checked in for San Antonio. Paul comes in for Garrett Temple. Different look here for the Warriors. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Olynyk. Gay comes in for Tayshaun Prince. Kobe's checked in for Harris. And it's Rose in for Ray McCallum. The turnaround Jay. Pekovic with the rebound. Pekovic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean, I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams and their playing experience, part of their preparation for being coaches.
Spurs have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Evans against Gobert. Paul with the 3. Shot's good. Paul's got 19 points.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Bryant dishes to Gay. 20 feet out. Can't get it to go.
Come on.
So the Spurs will take it the other way. Paul passes to Larkin.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, given yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Warriors leading by 20. Kobe kicks to Rose.
Nothing's going in. This is why did they switch rosters? I mean, sub everything out. That was stupid.
To the paint, here's Evans. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant, and this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big signing or trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
Here's Morris, the turnaround jumper. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Got him with the turnaround there. That was as sweet as honey.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Gary Neal's checked in for Larkin. And Golden State also making a change. Derek Favors checked in for Reggie Evans. It's Gay on the way. And it's Bryant in the corner. Here's Pekovic. Gobert with
Of course, you just stand there. Being really tall is not hard.
Well, it seems like this is something we've said quite a bit the last
in certain
years.
areas, like basketball, you just put your hand up.
So many point guards.
That's what I think. It kind of seems like, you know, stereotypical, but being tall, you do is play defense, rebound,
Warriors leading by 23.
and dunk. That's all you have to do. But being smaller, you have to do a lot harder stuff. You have to practice shooting,
And here's Neal outside.
you know, practice fighting for rebounds. See what I'm talking about?
Harris missing again.
Being taller, a lot easier to play. You like to make a lot more money for just being tall.
To illustrate just how strong the point guard position is right now, Greg, in the NBA, just take a look at the point guards who did not make the All-Star team a season ago. Wow.
You know, in both conferences,
You didn't even say who didn't. You just said, wow.
Point guard renaissance for the NBA. I mean, MVP,
doesn't make any
Steph
sense.
Curry, Russell Westbrook, CP3 out west, John Wall, Kyrie Irving in the East. Boy, I could go on and on with the great players at that position.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Paul against Rose. Paul kicks to Morris. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And that's 15 points for Markieff Morris.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense is giving him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Took the opportunity when he saw it. And that's now 6 points for Nikola Pekovic.
He has such a nice touch for a big man.
Yeah, and they've got to figure out a way to get a bigger body on him. Because if they don't match up his size, then he's going to continue to work them over the rest of the game.
Harris missing again.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Bryant's shot is good.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
16 assists for Derek Rose.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, as I watched Derek Favors last season, he continued to develop his offense. He was a big, unpolished athlete coming into the league. Had some conditioning problems, but now it seems like he's on track to be a force as a power forward.
And the Warriors making a change here. As Anya's checked in. Kobe dishes to Rose. And there's the pass to Hazanya. And another 3 for Golden State.
And that tells you a lot about why the score is where it is.
17.
Rose against Paul. Gobert the screen. Paul passes to Neal. Shot clock at 6. Takes the 3. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Neal. And that's now 24 points for Chris Paul.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Outside, Kobe. Double team on Rose. Back to Kobe. Neal pulls it in.
That's dumb.
For San Antonio, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth. Right around 46-47%. Ball against Rose. Shot off the pick. Here's Morris. Great D that time from Favors.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted,
Of
but
course.
his defense, deterred
Why
them from
sub
those
everyone
plays.
out?
And some changes here for the Spurs. Kyle Anderson comes in for Markieff Morris. And it's Pondexter in for Gary Neal. Golden State also making some changes. Tayshaun Prince is checked in for Gay. Harris comes in for Kobe. And it's McCallum in for Rose. The drive by Paul. The shot is off. And Golden State will come the other way. Down low. Here's Harris. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
They set the pick. Paul kicks to Pondexter. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Favors attacking. You know, Clark, the thing you like about Derek Favors is he keeps adding to his game every year. You forget how young he is, too.
That's exactly right. We need a reminder. This guy came into the league very early, right after a year of college. Seems like he's been around forever.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. Markieff Morris is checked in for Anderson, and Gary Neal subbed in for Quincy Pondexter. Golden State also making some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Prince. Kobe comes in for Harris, and it's Rose in for Ray McCallum. Harris kicks to Morris. Fires from 14. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night.
And for Favors and his youth, he has made big strides. And in a few years' time could be one of the more dominant bigs in our league.
Of course, he just missing everything. Easy shots.
Morris has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
Derek Favors is not a guy I want really on my team. If he leaves, I won't really be sad. Rebounding wise, yes, but only he does defense and rebounding.
Elbow shot, puts up the baby hook. It's rebounded by Golden
State.
Oh no, bad time to slip up there, Kevin.
What?
They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do.
What the heck happened?
Of smart basketball.
What the heck just happened?
Silver taking a bold stance.
What the heck just happened? I have no clue what just happened.
I mean, going in the last season,
apparently Steve Kerr was in Sporting. I don't know why.
It needs to be legalized federally and basically brought into the light of day.
And for Commissioner Silver arguing for legalized sports betting, that's a major reversal from what most sports commissioners, Clark, had said in the past.
Yeah, you know, I like his open-mindedness. Not just about that issue.
There we
go.
go.
Issues that confront the league, and you know, he's right in regards to the gambling. With the internet, people are making these bets anyway, so it makes sense.
That was weird. Steve Kerr being unsporting for what? You're winning. Not Kurt. Steve Kerr. This thing is dumb.
take a look at it.
San Antonio calls timeout. Off the pick. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Warriors leading by 23. Lasagna, yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Lasagna's got 12 points here in the second half. San Antonio's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. There's Neal with the 3. That is good.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
2 minutes.
The dish to Gay. Inside. Gobert with the block. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Paul's been great. 25 points and 11 dimes.
And if I had to pick what he's done best today, I'd probably lean towards the offensive performance.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I'm going to go to the other side because he's been just as impressive, I think, at the defensive end.
Here's what San Antonio's
That's
with
dumb.
right now. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Kyle Anderson comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Pondexter in for Gary Neal.
This quarter has brought out the best in them, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Harris outside. And it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And something that's been whispered about around the NBA is expansion. We know there are some markets that want desperately to have an NBA team. The NBA might not be at 30 teams for the foreseeable future.
The Spurs making a switch here. Larkin's checked in. Prince's shot is good.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Warriors.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And when you look at the season for these guys, they have amassed a lot of wins, 57, and adding in tonight, it'll make it 58.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And, you know, against a conference opponent, Greg, who you're going to see 4 times total on the season, a 2-0 advantage is pretty healthy.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Derrick Rose. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
The offensive rebound and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Here's San Antonio. They're on an 11-3 run. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for your Spurs.
Free throw good, Pondexter.
Quincy Pondexter. 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Pondexter. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's McCallum. And that one's good.
Ray McCallum.
And the Warriors lead by 17.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight. But we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
And Kelly Olynyk is going to pick up the foul. And that one falls through Larkin.
Shooting for San Antonio.
That one misses. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with a very happy Kobe Bryant. This team obviously seemed to be pretty locked in tonight. How good is this team's defense right now?
We're very good. You know, we're only going to get better, though. We still blew a lot of coverages, a lot of assignments. But all in all, we're playing extremely well.
Kobe, congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose.
We saw Rose explode tonight. His dual threat ability, being able to score or pass equally well, and that puts him on another level.
He was an artist with the basketball tonight, guys. Just a ridiculous amount of assists for him in this game. The way he moved the ball around the court, making sure everyone had their hand in the offense, was superb. That's how you play the point in this league, ladies and gentlemen.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports group, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
DJ